Hello, this is Justin from TrackBikes.com reviewing the Dunlop Q3 Sportmax tire and how it holds up to track day duty. This is my first time trying a Dunlop. With their $40 rebate, I got a pretty good deal through DennisKirk.com where I basically got two rear 180 55 ZR17 tires for $200 after the rebate. There was a $40 mail-in rebate shipped to my door. So why did I get two rears? Well, I'm currently running a mismatched set of tires. Here on the rear you can see there's a Dunlop Q3, and on the front I still have my Michelin 2CT. In fact, the front had about 1,600 street miles on it before the SV was converted into a track bike only setup. I elected to keep the 2CT on the front until it was done. So some quick background with my tire experience. Typically, I've used Michelin Pilot Power 2CTs, though they are mainly for street duty and the occasional spirited ride through southern Ohio. But according to the Dunlop site, these Q3s also have the dual compound construction, so I didn't expect a lot of difference between the two tires there. I also have some experience with Pirelli Diablo Rossos on a Gixxer 600 and riding the tires provided on KTM on their RC8s during the KTM track days back when they used to host them at MidOhio. That was a great program. For those not familiar, KTM used to partner with MidOhio, and if you signed up for a KTM day, you basically paid track day price to come down and ride brand new KTM bikes, which included the RC8Rs, Super Dukes, and 690 Sumos, using their gas and their tires for the same price as your track day. Just bring your safety gear. It was an awesome program. And I hope they bring it back to MidOhio, or another manufacturer brings it back to MidOhio in the future. So back to the Q3. This tire is on a stock, basically stock, 2003 SV1000S. So a little background on the SV. 1000cc V-twin, put out about 110 horse, 75 foot-pounds to the rear wheel. It's also on the heavier side, 420 pounds dry, and then add another 225 to 230 pounds for the rider, fully geared in this example. It's a little perspective on the type of power and weight the tire was coping with for track day duty. This tire example has 4.5 track days on it. I say 4.5 track days because the last track day was partially in the rain. It was on October 7th, so it was raining. It was about 50 degrees out, and I only ended up running 3 of the 7 sessions. The rest of the days, the tire was anywhere between mid-60s to mid-80s degree temps outside. I don't know what the track temps were. With lap times in the 145 to 150 range. For those not familiar with the groups at MidOhio, or to give a little perspective, that's basically fast intermediate, depending on who's there, and then mid to back marker in the advanced group. So in the interest of full disclosure, I do not run tire warmers. I started with these tires at 32 cold. There are tons of forum advice out there on what may work best for your particular setup. Started, like I said, with 32. Unfortunately, Dunlop does not provide a lot of material on their website. The Vesra rep on site at MidOhio suggested running 30 for Dunlops, which I eventually migrated to. Actually 31 warm setup. I'm not going to pretend to be Dave Moss here. I'm not a tire expert, though I do watch his videos on reading tires. So eventually, like I said, I migrated to the 30 warm setup, actually 31. After seeing the tire developed, it's a small, you might not be able to see it, but there's a small hot tear that developed on the left side of the carcass here, and which tends to indicate a slight overinflation. So when I checked the pressure after a particularly fast session, the tire actually heated up about 6 to 7 psi, which put it about 38 psi after the session was over. The 2CT on the front, though, the 2CT only gained about 4 to 5 psi. So overall, my opinion on these Dunlop Q3 Sportmax tires. I'm not a tire snob, but for the market and price these tires are aimed at, they're a pretty good tire. I like the value they provide. These Dunlops have more of a U shape rather than the V shape of the Michelins. The Michelins kind of come up as in like a V. So the U shape provides a more linear turn-in feeling. It's very progressive versus the V shape of the Michelins, which makes for a very quicker, it's like a step function, a step-like turn-in. So when properly inflated for track use, the tires were very confidence-inspiring. Learn to read your tires, learn to read the hot tears, cold tears. You can see I definitely have a rear suspension setup issue as far as damping is concerned because the rear edges on the tire are raised up. The negatives of this tire, I'm a little disappointed that in less than 1,000 miles, the tire is already done in the wear bar. In fact, this tire has 650 miles on it, near exact. 5 track days at 7 sessions a day. You can compare the wear to a new tire. So this tire may have one more track day left in it, I don't know. To be fair, this tire is marketed as a street tire capable of meeting track day demands, especially on this bike, which is a very heavy, very torquey bike, the ham-fisted rider. So just be prepared to go through at least one rear per track day season if you do about 1 track day a month from May to October. Again, this was Justin from trackbikes.com reviewing the Dunlop Q3 Sportmax tire for track days. Check out links in the description for more information. Also be sure to check out my other reviews and track day videos. And feel free to leave any comments or questions below.